Let's take this Walmart design and make it something that is completely our own. Stay tuned and watch out exactly how I did it. So I am going ahead and typing out California, and I'm going to go ahead and warp this. So if you go up here and go to the more and choose warp, you're going to choose the third selection because that's what's going to give it that angle at the top. As you can see in the design below, you can see how it kind of curves at the top, and I wanted that same formation. And this second California is just if I decided to curve it instead of warping it. So you can see the difference. And I'm not going to do the curve. I'm just going to go with the warp. I typed out the letters L and A. They're going to be separate, but I'm going to go ahead and change it to a font that's already stored on my computer, which is the college font. And I'm going to go down to this Collegiate Outline because as you can see with the design, that's the exact same font or outline that is on it. But I did like this one too. So I was like, oh, because you don't always have to keep it exactly the same. So don't worry about it being exactly the same. Because as you can see, I'm not going to keep this exactly the same. So this was one of the bears I wanted to use because it was just going to be easier to weed and it's not so many layers, but I liked this one better. It actually looks better with the design. It's a cuter bear. So I was like, okay, stop being lazy. Just go ahead and do it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change this A back to the other font because that's the one I'm going to choose. Then I'm going to type out a A again, and I'm going to use another college font and line it up to where it sits on top, but you're going to move it to the back. And you see how right now it looks like the bear's foot is sitting in between it. As you can see in the actual design at the bottom right, it's not that same. So again, this is why I said this design is not going to be exactly how it is because I'm leveling it up, I'm adding it, I'm making it my own to create some more design elements so that it kind of pops a lot more. So once I do the same thing with the L, I'm going to move the back part of the L to the back so the bear's foot like is sitting in between it. Then I'm thinking, okay, dream. Let's do something to incorporate elements about dreaming. I love this dream catcher so much, but it does not look good with the design. So keep that in mind. It doesn't always matter about what you like, it's what looks good with the design. So I had to delete that. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this California, but I'm going to change the font. I'm going to change it to the outline. And as you can see, I have to, since it has the warp, you have to go down to the actual text and then choose that in order to change the font. Then I'm going to change it to white. I'm going to put it over it and have this outline effect, but I'm not going to keep it this way. So this is just an option if you want to do it. I moved it to the back. Just right click it and move it to the back. But that's all I did to get it to look like this. But I didn't end up using it. And what I wanted was something that incorporated, again, dreams. And then I realized, okay, Ebony, this is a thought bubble. This is not a dream. So I had ended up having to change this out while I caught that. And I ended up doing this design. And again, this is one I grabbed from Cricut's images as well. If you have Cricut access, please utilize their images. They have a ton. You do not have to always run to Etsy. I didn't want the moon on there, so I'm just slicing these pieces out. And I have a ton of videos about slicing. So go back and watch that if you wanted a tutorial about how to slice. And then what you're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and position it how I want. Then I'm going to go ahead and change it to white because the cloud's going to be white. And then I'm going to move everything to the back. And you see how the stars are hidden? I want them shown. So I'm going to take the square in the shape and slice it again. Then I'm going to remove all the places I do not want. And then once I do that, I'm going to take the individual cloud, move it to the back. And then I'm going to go ahead and take these dangling stars, which I split apart again, just doing slicing. And I'm going to position them exactly where I want them around the cloud. This is going to be a little faster, but trust me, I'm taking my time positioning these and kind of seeing where they work. I'm going to change the colors. And this is why I split the stars apart as well, because I wanted them to also be a different color. So I'm changing them to this yellow gold. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and incorporate the dreaming. This one, I'm going to go back into the warp, choose option number 4 because it's going to warp in this opposite direction than the California. As you can see from the design, it's straight across. And I was like, no, I don't like that. I need it to have some angle. So I went ahead and warped it. Added this crescent moon from the Cricut's images, and this was the final result. As you guys can see, I did not keep it the same, you guys. This is the opportunity to make whatever design you like completely your own. So please use elements, use different designs, use your mind, use your creativity. sensitivity because I ended up go ahead and offset. That's what that black is. I just offset it and pushed it down so it looked like a shadow effect. And I'm going to show you something right here because there's a lot of layers. And I'm going to show you, and I slowed down this part because you can see, you're going to be able to see some of the gray shirt through the gold outline and the black. It's because the vinyl actually ended up shrinking because of the heat and the multiple presses. As you can see right here, you can see it. It's not that it's lined up because trust me, I was sitting here trying to line it up and it would not because of all the multiple presses. The vinyl ended up shrinking. So always keep that in mind.